This is Lacy Rice talking to Coach Floreal, the Director of Track and Field at the University of Kentucky. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing just fine, thank you.
Great, great. Well, Coach, you're coming off of a highly successful season last year. Your women were national runners-up in the outdoor. And so we wanted to talk to you about this upcoming season, your expectations, some of your athletes, how you're looking as far as indoor, and also what your prospects are for the outdoor season.
Yeah, I mean, the expectation is always the same. We want to win championships. We want to position ourselves to do that year in, year out. We want to continue pushing the envelope and training hard and kind of preparing ourselves for another run at the title. The indoor season should be just as good. Last year we were 5th place, one spot away from winning the trophy, because top 4 get a trophy. And the girls this year are a little bit stronger. We have probably a better all-around group than we had last year, believe it or not. It's just a matter of kind of getting them used to the system, getting them used to buying in and performing at the highest level. That's taken a little bit longer than I thought, but I think we're running up to shape, and we should be ready to roll by the time indoor NCAA comes around. Outdoor, same thing. We'll be prepared by that time. The girls will know their role, know the expectation, and be able to live with the pressure of being a Kentucky Wildcat.
Okay. Can you tell us about some of your top returners?
Yeah, Shaquilla Saunders, obviously, one of our top returners, Javian Oliver, Becky Famurera, are among some of the women that were last year at the NCAA that scored for us. So to them, this is sort of business as usual. They've been there before, and they're looking forward to returning. And then so far, we have about 3 or 4 newcomers who have qualified for the indoor championship already. So we're looking forward to getting them baptized and getting them excited about performing at that level.
Okay.
Business as usual for us.
Okay. Okay. Who are some of your key losses?
Obviously, Desiree and Kenny. Kenny's still here training, but you know the way she's running right now, she just opened up at 7:83. That's probably top 6 all-time USA time. So I sure love to have her in a Kentucky uniform, but I think girls like Jasmine Quinn and Jackie Howell will step into that role and sort of replace her and be able to make up those points. And you know, ladies like Precious Hitchcock, Destiny Carter, will be able to step up and kind of take up where the Desiree left off.
Okay. Now you've coached in the Pac-10 as well as here in the SEC. How do you think that maybe your present conference prepares you for the national level?
Oh, there's no doubt. The SEC is a sort of dog world. You compete in the SEC, you can win anything. You can get to the top 3 in the SEC. You'll be compared at the NCAA, because if you look at the NCAA outdoors, there was Oregon 1, and there were 4 schools from the SEC. So out of the top 10, I think there were 8 schools from the SEC. You know, if you look at the strength of the conference, it's pretty clear that which conference dominates sort of all around track and field. On the men and the women's side, there's more SEC schools in the top 4 podium than any other school, and that's kind of exciting. That's kind of what I want it to be, with the most competitive conference. So I prepare the kids to compete at the NCAAs.
Okay. Of course, Oregon, as you said, is the defending champion, and they've been very strong the last few years. What do you see as their prospects for this year?
Well, I think they're just as good. You know, when a team is used to winning championships, they find a way to win. And when you've won so many times, kids will find a way to perform at the highest level to win. And obviously, our goal is to beat anybody else that we compete against. So, but I think Oregon's done it well for so long, and Coach Johnson's done a great job leading the team, is that the girls that they have now, the boys they have now, will also step into that same role and find a way to be successful, find a way to win a championship. And our job is to find a way to stop them and try to beat them.
Okay. Now, one thing that has been a topic of choice lately on the collegiate level as well as on the high school level is student athletes who are multi-sport athletes. What are your personal feelings on that?
I mean, I love them. I think anytime somebody can be special in one sport is great. When you can be special in 2 sports, it just shows the diversity and how much talent some of these kids have. I think it's a big deal. I think a kid that can perform in both sports in high school and college, they're going to become most likely professionals because they have enough talent to perform in the elite in those sports. So I think those dual sport athletes are a must for a successful program. The teams who are using them are very successful. You look at the recent article that the University of Alabama won the NCAA championship, and they had 56 track and field athletes on the roster. If you look at that, and you're a football coach, you have to start maybe paying attention that, man, maybe it's a good idea to have some of those guys. I mean, 56 athletes on the roster, I think. I'm not sure what the number was. I think it was nearly over 50 of the athletes on the roster were from track and field. So these athletes are able to compete at the highest level in track and field, which should make them even better football players. So I think it's a must. I think the schools who are doing the two sports have been very successful in track and in football, and that when you take a strong look at that, so we can be successful.
Okay. All right. Well, finally, we definitely want to talk about your staff, because we know that no coach does everything on his or her own. Can you tell us a bit about your staff?
Yeah, I mean, we've accumulated a pretty successful staff. Lots of Olympians and Olympic medalists. You know, Coach Stevenson obviously was an Olympic silver medalist. Coach Johnson was at one point the world record holder and also an Olympic gold medalist. Coach Graham, our distance coach, has also competed internationally as a professional. Was an NCAA All-American and then was a USA national competitor and made some national team. Coach DeVries was an NCAA All-American for me at Stanford and also came with me. And he competed a little bit after college, but he was NCAA All-American in track and in cross country. And then Coach Nino was also a elite level thrower at UCLA and also competed at the NCAA level. So everybody's sort of been there, done that, and it's easier to kind of relate that to the athletes when you've done it yourself. You can tell the athletes exactly how it feels like to do it because you've been there, as opposed to just trying to take a guess on how it's going to feel like when they get there.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much, Coach, for taking this time out to talk to us, and good luck in this upcoming season.
Thank you very much.